speaking of being that guy, a certain player that a lot of people can't be that believe that he can't be that guy is Anthony Edwards. And Caleb, I wanted to ask you, buy or sell, does Anthony Edwards not get enough love in the NBA?
I think recently he's been playing better, but I think he's being like rated fine. Like I don't know. He still has horrific splits. I mean, 38, 31, and 80 is not really good. And that was his main concern coming out. People said he's inefficient. He's a volume scorer. And that, I mean, so far, everybody's strengths have been good for him. He's been right. And everybody's weaknesses and concerns have been justified. And I think he'll be fine. I think he has been better than most people thought he would be. I think a lot of people expected him to struggle a lot more than he has, especially recently. Like, he's been playing really good. He had that monster dunk the other night.
Let's play that.
Timberwolves will take off a little bit of time here. Ooh, they were lucky that wasn't turned over. Anthony Edwards, that time he does finish with the exclamation point.
He's filthy. There have been very few in-game dunks that have looked like that.
Put that on a poster.
Just his efficiency is really bad, and I think that's what scares a lot of people from really praising him. And it's kind of like he's a bad scorer on a bad team, and it's like that scares a lot of people away. Is he fun to watch? Absolutely. Like that dunk, that he can pop off for one of those dunks any game he plays, and I think that's exciting to a lot of people. But I think, maybe it's just rookie concerns, because we've been blessed with some of the rookies that came in the league recently with guys going off, Luka, Tatum, like those kind of guys. But maybe him as a number one pick, he's going to take more time than the other guys, and that's fine. But I think he can be better. He's proven me wrong somewhat this year, but the efficiency is still a problem. But I think he's rated fine.
Okay, well, you brought up efficiency, right? And one thing I wanted to show you was actually a good stat is Anthony Edwards, ever since he's been starting, it's been only 11 games. He's been averaging 17.6 points per game, 5 rebounds on 44% shooting, 36% from three, and 78% from the free throw line. So I would say that's not that bad. I get that his earlier stats and his earlier shooting numbers are not great, and it reflects. There's a reason why some of his numbers are really bad. Like, for example, Nate Duncan tweeted that night, Caleb. Did you see his tweet right after?
I did. That's such a corny tweet to put out.
Can you read it out for them?
I don't have it on me right now, but he said, he's like, great dunk from Edwards, but let's not forget that he's shooting 3 for 12 on the night. And it's like, okay. And he was like, he's a -7 as well. It's like, all right, can you calm down? And then people started making jokes. They were going through history of basketball and posting the greatest dunks. Someone did it with Vince Carter. They were like, great dunk by Vince Carter, in the Olympics where he jumped over that guy. He's like, great dunk by Vince Carter here. But why does everybody not talk about that he only had 7 points this game? And everyone, people were just making fun of it. It's such a corny tweet to put out, because in the grand scheme of things, name one time you've ever looked up a massive dunk and then immediately said, I wonder what this player did this game. And then you went and looked up what the box score was for that. It's a corny thing to do. It's very stupid. It's kind of like guys back against the wall. People, he said he was going to be a massive bust. And people are like, well, look at this. And he's like, well, look at this box score. And it's it's corny. It has nothing to do with it.
Narrative defending, dude. That's all it is. And the frustrating part with me is that you don't say that. Most of the top dunks of the year, right? We talk about it all the time. The top dunks of the year that are usually in the award shows are random guys, players on random teams. There's Derrick Jones Jr. No one says, well, Derrick Jones Jr. only averages 8 points a game, so that nullifies that dunk. He's a scrub. No, if he's a good dunker, you can acknowledge that was a good dunk, right? So I will say that he's a complete clown for that. I feel like that's the frustrating part with us is we feel like we try to do a good job of covering people as fairly as we can. Certain people believe that we stick to narratives, but we are very open about it. We were the hardest on Anthony Edwards, and that's why I'm going to buy. And I'm going to say that I think that Anthony Edwards has not been getting enough love, including from people like us. I just brought up his shooting numbers. Also, Caleb, can we keep in mind, Minnesota has the worst coach in the league, a guy that has no clue what he's doing. Rest in peace to Flip, but man, Flip is rolling over in his grave watching his.
Oh my God, you can't say that. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
I'm not wrong though, right?
No.
Okay, so ignoring Flip's son. We're gonna ignore Ryan. But I will say that Conley Towns missing 20 games, along with D'Angelo Russell missing 10 games, Caleb, that's a big deal. You're throwing a rookie into the fire and saying, hey, you go take over. We're not going to help you with much else. We're going to give you Juan Hernan Gomez. We're going to give you Larsa Pippen's Bootang. We're going to give you a bunch of random guys. Ricky Rubio's old ass who's not good.
They said we'll give you D'Angelo Russell. That's the worst of all.
Oh my God, leave D'Angelo Russell alone. But yeah, I think Anthony Edwards is not getting enough love, and we'll see how he reacts to it. We'll see if he can, figure his way out